And I hope we are going to have a progressive meeting today. And I don't see us having glitches amongst ourselves because we're dealing with Section 77 bill. You are all welcome and you are encouraged to participate. Let's seek clarities from each other and assist each other so that we have a productive meeting and a good report. Lubabalo, is there apologies? Do we have apologies from your side?
Yes, thank you, Chairperson, and good morning, honorable members. We have an apology, Chairperson, from Honorable Karim. He will be joining the meeting 10 minutes late, Chair. That's the only apology that we have.
Okay. And I think the other two members, if they are not here yet, Honorable Mamarakhani and Honorable Njatu, they are in the WIPS forum. They'll be joining us as soon as they are done. With that, we are noting the apologies and going to item number 3, consideration and adoption of the draft reports. We are dealing with appropriation bills B7 and B8, second adjustment appropriation as well. So those are the two bills that we are dealing with, the reports. We're not actually dealing with the bills, we're dealing with the reports. Can you please put it on the, okay, thank you. Maybe before I start, I want to appreciate what Honorable Ryder has done. As usual, we send reports or minutes, anything that needs to be discussed or adopted in time so that we can go through it and make amendment or additions. There are additions that I have seen from Honorable Ryder. I hope you have added those and maybe highlight them so that other members, if they might have not seen it, they can see what are the additions. Thank you very much, Honorable Ryder. We are on the first part of the draft report. That's the introduction. I don't know if we are going to do page by page or we go straight as usual to the observations and the recommendations. If the House agrees, can we go there? Because that's how we usually deal with our reports. Findings and on 4. Anything, honorable members, on page 11? Findings and observations. Am I audible?
You are, Chairperson. We are hearing you. We are so far in agreement. Thank you.
Thank you. The next page, that is page 12. Honorable members, we are live. Ne? Please open your videos as and when you speak. Page 13. Page 14. Page 16. Here are the highlighted areas. The committee notes, I can't see the whole thing. Luabalo, can you read here? Because my gadget, it's somehow, I can't see the whole
Okay.
insertion here. Can you read it for us, please?
Yes, thank you, Chairperson. Addition from Honorable Ryder reads as follows. The first one, the committee notes the comments of the FFC that its observations on the rising debt burden have not been sufficiently addressed. This shows little difference from the position of the late former chair of the FFC, who also lamented Treasury's response to FFC's observations and recommendations. The second one, the committee noted that Treasury has abandoned the zero-based budgeting program, citing complexity and intensity of the program.
Okay, those are the additions. Honorable Ryder, I see your hand is up.
Yes, good morning, Chair. Good morning, colleagues. Just perhaps to comment on the two. I think that once again we have a good report prepared by the administration. So again, our thanks and gratitude goes to them for what they've done. I did think that there were a couple of holes that had not been addressed. These two were the two that I had particularly made note of. And the FFC did comment about the fact that its observations, or it felt that its observations had not been adequately addressed or heard or responded to by Treasury. And we do all recall the professor having quite an animated response. This time the response was much more muted, but I think that the comments were consistent, and I do believe that we need to make note of that, noting that the FFC is in fact a constitutional body. And there is a requirement on Treasury to take note of their submissions. The second one obviously was something that I also felt is important, the zero-based budgeting. And when queried, we actually were given a secondary presentation from Treasury specifically on the zero-based budgeting. I think it is an important diversion from what had been a previously stated policy. And so I think that we need to acknowledge that as well. And therefore it is my submission that that these two additional paragraphs be included in the report. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Honorable Ryder. Can I hear from other members? About the additions of the two clauses?
I agree with Honorable Ryder.
Okay. I had a discussion with the administration on the two, on the additions or the inputs that came from Honorable Ryder. I don't see any damage. And I think this represents the observation of the committee. It's just for us to put more meat on what was the actual view of the or observation of the committee. I'm fine with it. Can we then move to recommendations? I think there's also something on recommendations. Let's move. On page 16 now. There you are, 5.12. Lubabalo.
Thank you, Chairperson and honorable members. The addition reads as follows, Chair. The Treasury Department, together with the Department of Higher Education, Basic Education, should present the proposed new model for education funding to the committee in a joint presentation with sufficient opportunity for engagement.
Can I hear from the members? I think Honorable Ryder wants to motivate on his addition to the recommendations 5.12.
Yes, thank you very much, Chair. Once again, I think that this is something that was discussed. I thought that there was general agreement that this was something that needed to be done. The point emanated from the comments in the public hearings, where the fact or this announcement had been alluded to, and obviously as well, if one considers the medium-term revenue and expenditure framework, one can also see the over the medium term there is certainly a substantial change that happens in the way education is funded. I do think as appropriations, it is important that the executive informs us of their plans so that we can be properly empowered to make our deliberations going forward and to evaluate if this is indeed a change that we would like to see, and if it is something that is justifiable and that we can give our support to. So I do believe that that adding this recommendation is quite an important consequence of our deliberations that we had on the public submissions. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Honorable Ryder. I think most importantly in the recommendation is that you're recommending that in a joint presentation, there should be a joint presentation by Treasury with sufficient opportunity to engage. We need to be given more space, but more information so that we can be on the same par with them and get clarity on things that we are not comfortable with. Can I hear from other members? Lubabalo, are we even making a quorum?
Yes, Chairperson. Yes, we do. We do, Chairperson.
Okay. Okay, let's go to the next page. While Honorable Ryder is enjoying his coffee, we are at the end of the report. Can I suggest that we go to the next bill before we go to adoption? The next report, please. Honorable Mkiva, are you with us?
Can you repeat that, Honorable Chair?
Are you with us?
Yes,
Okay.
I'm here, Chair.
Okay, sure. Okay, let's move. And on this one, I haven't seen any amendments or additions, but members are free to make those amendments. Okay. .5 on the next page. And 4.6, okay, there's 6.7. Why do we move from 4.6 to 6.7, Lubabalo? Shouldn't it be?
It should be 4.7.
4.7 instead of 6.7. Can you read it, Honorable? I mean, Mr. Lubabalo, not that.
Thank you, Chairperson. My apologies about that mistake, Chair. The observation reads as follows. The committee is concerned by the erosion of value in Sanskria and the resulted inability to effectively deal with claims should an event similar to the July 2021 insurrection occurred in the future.
Honorable Ryder?
Thank you very much, Chair. Yes, this was submitted along with the others. I'm not sure why you missed it. It was at the tail end of the same email that I sent through. Effectively, it's just an observation that that arose during our deliberations, which said that you know the fact is that SASRI is requiring Treasury's assistance to meet its current obligations, and if something similar were to happen again, there would be an inability of SASHA to meet its commitments, and it would again need to come to Treasury. I do think that fact needs to be noted, because it could have an impact on the fiscus going forward, and may impact, and I'm not sure where that money would be found, noting the current appropriations. It is something that we do need to highlight to Parliament, that there is potential for future further demands. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Honorable Ryder. Honorable Karim, and welcome.
Sorry, Chair. No, I agree with the point. Presumably it'll come from our taxes, to answer his question, but fine. The only thing is, it's a minor thing. You know, normally we say the committee is concerned about rather than by, but it's not a big deal. If he doesn't like it and anybody else doesn't like it, fine, let's leave it as by. That's all. Thank you.
Honorable Ryder.
Chair, it was written late last night, so
it doesn't make. Does it make any difference?
Not in the slightest, Chair. Except to Mr. Karim, it makes a difference. So I'll be willing to accommodate you on this.
Okay.
No, I mean, it's English language, but it's fine. I don't make the rules. It's okay. I don't care.
No, we're not talking about the rules, Honorable Karim. We're talking about this report here, and we need to accommodate all the members here. If we agree with what they are saying, as long as it doesn't change the content of the edition or the paragraph. Thank you with that edition. Niapambili kuphi, Honorable Ryder, hashtag. Let's move to recommendations. Siyaqhuba. Usho njalo, Honorable Ryder. Honorable Karim, do you want me to stop, or is that an old hand?
No, that's an old hand. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much, honorable members. We have come. This is the end of the second report. Can we go to the first report and adopt? Honorable Karim, your hand is still up. Do you want to adopt the first report? B7. Honorable Karim, your hand is still up. Do you want to move for the adoption of this report?
Yeah, I move, thank you, but I can't, I'm using my computer, sorry, it's not your problem. I don't know how to lower my hands. First time I'm using my computer because my other, I found it. Okay, thank you, sorry about that, but I move anyway, and I was gonna go this way anyway. Thank you, bye.
Okay, thank you. A seconder? Can I get a seconder, honorable members?
Can I second it, Chairperson?
You can't move in second.
Yeah, but I mean, people are so slow. I don't know what they're doing. Can't we?
Sorry, Chairperson. We all have new gadgets, so we are like studying them. I second.
Studying them. I like that. Studying them.
Like you all have. Like you. I don't have, so I must follow this up. Honorable Ryder.
Thank you very much, Chair. And first of all, a note of appreciation for accommodating our comments into the report. However, based on that final paragraph, which is the committee decision, the DA would like the committee to note that we object to the report.
You object even your additions, eh?
No, just on the last, the committee decision, we object to that.
The Select Committee on Appropriations having considered the appropriation bill. So what is it that you're objecting here? You don't want to approve. You don't agree with the reports,
That's correct, Chair.
your own additions and recommendations, having agreed with them. I think it was going to be, better, like you used to do, to say you reserve, unlike rejecting.
No, Chair, we're rejecting this one outright.
He is in contempt.
Yeah, but then I'm happy that I've made it clear to you that you're contradicting yourself. You make us to agree good additions, but you reject. So you can't reject the decision on what you have contributed. It's fine. Ntate Mletsane?
Thank you, Chairperson. Exactly my reason to decide to keep quiet, because I didn't want to participate and then at the end and then reject what I've contributed. So that was my reason why I decided to keep quiet all along when you were asking us any contribution.
No, but Ntate Mletsane, you must not disadvantage yourself and not contribute because you have a mandate from your organization. So you need to contribute. Your contributions are valued in this committee. It's fine. Anyway.
No, I agree, but I knew I was going to reject the report, so I can't contribute and then reject what I've built. By the way, that was my reason.
Okay.
Thank you, Chair.
No, in short, you're saying you agreed with everything, but you have a mandate to disagree. And I clarified this to say we are dealing with the section 77, and I was avoiding to go to what we experienced the last time when we were dealing with the mandates, the DORA. Honorable Karim?
No, I'm just saying, Chairperson, to be fair, there's nothing wrong, as you know, in people saying, okay, maybe you should add this change and that change and then voting against the report. That's their right. But, sometimes you can oppose a report, but you can make a useful contribution. Obviously, we welcome that. But obviously, we can't expect the DA and the EFF to vote for this, because then what they're going to say on Thursday? I mean, they really want us to sit till 10 o'clock at night. That's the ambition. And they think they're going to get lots of votes, Chairperson, as if the masses out there are going to observe all these votes and schedules and then say, okay, I'm now voting for the DA and EFF and Freedom Front Plus. That's the delusion, not that they can add and improve a report and then vote against it. But it's a democracy, Chairperson. People can continue to be delusional. That's their right, as long as we're not delusional. Thank you.
It's nice to be you and have you in the meetings, Honorable Karim. Honorable Ryder, do you still want to come back? Because I think we have agreed and moved on.
Yes, Chair. I just wanted to emphasize the point that we should all contribute to the contents of the report, and I think that the report is a reflection of what the committee discussed and deliberated on, and if we can contribute to that. I was going to leave it until Mr. Moletsane made his inputs, because the fact is that we should have a report that's reflective of what we discussed. The point that I tried to make is that the conclusion of the report is where the error comes in. So it's like sitting with a whole bunch of facts and then ending up with the wrong conclusion. That's the only part that we object to. As for delusions, well, I'm going to repeat my comment from yesterday and say, #Woza 2024. Thank you, Chair.
Hashtag Zwagala 2024. Zwagala. If I may, Honorable Ryder, what would you? I'm not saying make additions, but what is your thinking in terms of the decision? What would you suggest the conclusion should be?
Chair, the point is that as we've gone through these deliberations, it's become quite clear that the appropriation, look, it's a difficult balancing act, and I think there is sufficient sympathy for the fact that it is a difficult balancing act. I do think that there are things that should be sacrificed, and there are things that have to be taken on board. I think that the priorities that are reflected in the current appropriation bill are problematic. And I mean, to go into just the simple thing of zero-based budgeting, and we don't have to call it zero-based budgeting, but the point is that every department needs to go back and review what it's spending its money on. And where there are projects or expenses that are not meeting the needs of South Africans, that are not actually achieving what they're supposed to be doing, we should get rid of those projects and programs or those expenses where they're hidden within the programs.
Okay.
And that's the exercise of zero-based budgeting that really should happen. But if one considers what we've discussed and certainly listens to the debates over the last couple of weeks, there are real issues where we are in agreement across party lines that funding is not being used as best it can be used, where the results are not happening, and yet we're rubber stamping the executive's budget, and that's the problem. Thank you, Chair.
Honorable Ryder, I think your point has been accommodated, and we can't go anywhere going forth and back. It is there in the report. We are adopting this report based on what you and everybody have raised, and hence we come to the conclusion or the decision that this report captures the concerns and the observations of the committee. Based on that, honorable members, there's a adoption which was moved by Honorable Karim and seconded by Honorable Mkiva. Thank you very much, and thanks for the contributions. Can you go to the next one, B8? Welcome, Honorable Njatu.
Thank you. Good morning, Chair. I'm just coming from prayers.
Okay.
Thank you.
Honorable members, we have gone through the report already. Can we get a mover for the report?
On behalf of Mr. Njadu, I move. He's looking very smart today, Chairperson, if I may say so.
So on his behalf, so he can't do anything because we are doing it on his behalf.
Thank you, Chairperson. I second Honorable Karim.
On his behalf. Thank
He
you
can
very
second
much.
on my behalf, Chairperson. It's unconstitutional. So can you please second on my behalf?
Yeah, he has seconded on your behalf. You have moved on his behalf. He seconded on your behalf. I think I see the hand of Mr. Ryder is going to raise the same thing, maybe on the last.
Boring, Chairperson, boring.
Exactly the same, Chairperson. We reject the report. Thank you. Based on the
Tatemeletsane?
If I reject the report, Chairperson, the rest will be unpacked tomorrow in the sitting. Thank you.
What
Does he
needs
have
to
to
be
do that, Chairperson? We don't need any unpacking tomorrow if we can avoid it.
Just hold on, just hold on, Honorable Karim. What do you want us to unpack, Honorable Mletsane?
No, I'm saying I'll give the reasons why tomorrow in the sitting. I'll unpack
But we don't want to
everything.
hear, Simon. Why do we have to hear? It's the last
that
day
we
of
are
the
going to
term.
make a declaration. We have had enough time to debate the vote. You still have an opportunity to make declarations tomorrow, and we will be voting individually. So I think you will be accommodated, and I understood you very well. That's how it's going to be done tomorrow. We are done with the reports. Thank you very much, honorable members. The support team will make the necessary arrangements to be 80 seats so that tomorrow, hashtags We have 4 sets of outstanding minutes. We start with the 25th of May, 2022. Remember, we've had joint meetings, and independently so as a select committee, we need to adopt the minutes on our own. Can you flag the minutes, Lubabalo? Minutes of the 25th of July. Okay, let's move. Attendees, check the spellings. Just hold on. On just the in our finance committee meeting, Honorable Karim asked Honorable Doit on how he will prefer, or how is he comfortable with the way his surname is spelled. Will he prefer the capital D? And I think he said he's comfortable with the capital D. Am I correct, Honorable Doit? Honorable Doit, are you on the platform?
I don't believe he is, Chair.
No, Chairperson, he is not on the platform, Chair.
Oh, okay. Okay, let's go then. Let's move. Let's move. PBO, continuation of PBO, and there are deliberations. The next page. Okay. We're now moving to the next page. And the last item, adjournment. I don't want to go to that debate that usually interests me between Honorable Ryder and Honorable Karim on adjournment or the end of the meeting and whatever. Can I get a mover for the adoption of the minutes as a true reflection of the...
Even though I don't agree with point 5, Chairperson, I will move for adoption. Thank you. On my own behalf, thank you.
On your own behalf, a seconder. Can I get a seconder?
I'll second, Chair.
Thank you very much, Honorable Okamp. The next set. Meeting of the 31st of May, 2020. Let's move. Let's move attendees. Okay. Adasaika, let's go. Issues raised by Kusatu, let's go. Let's move. And we are on the 4th item. Can I get a mover for the adoption of the minutes Honorable members?
Chairperson, I move for adoption. Jadu.
Can you open your video, Honorable Njatu? Is it open? Okay.
Yes, it's open, Chair. Thank you very much, Chairperson. I move for the adoption of the minutes. Thank you very much, Chair.
Thank you very much, Web. A seconder? Where's the pilot?
I'll second, Chairperson.
Thank you. Thank you, Honorable Karim. The next set. Meeting of the 1st of June, 2020. Let's move. We have a big team. We had a big team of treasurer on this meeting. Let's go. Responses of Treasury. Let's move with those responses. Can you move? And we come to the end of the minutes. Can I get a mover? Honorable members, can I get a mover for the adoption of the minutes as a true reflection of the discussions?
Chair, I'll move.
Thank you, Honorable Okamp. A seconder?
I will second, Chair.
Thank you very much, Honorable Njatu. Thank you so much. The next set, the last one. Meeting of the 15th of June, 2022, started at 8. Attendees on the first page. The AXA. Meeting with the AG. The briefing by the AG. There you are. The next page. Having had the briefings, can I get a mover? Honorable Ryder.
Thank you very much, Chair. Chair, as I move for the adoption of these minutes, I'd also just like to voice my appreciation to yourself and Mr. Nodada for organizing this. I know it's the first time the AG has presented to Parliament first. It came from a request from this committee, and I just think that it's worth acknowledging the good work that was achieved in the background in order to get this done.
Thank you very much, Honorable Ryder. Seconder?
I'll second, Chair.
Thank you. I don't see you, I see your photo. Honorable, thank you very much.
Can you see me now? I second, Chair.
Thank you. The last set of the minutes.
That was the last set, Chairperson.
Unless we got to those ones already.
Yes.
No, I thought we had 4. Did we do 4?
Yes, Chair.
Oh, okay. So I was enjoying this session. And honorable members, I want really to appreciate your cooperation and your teamwork, sportsmanship, and taking our responsibilities serious as we come to the committee. Thank you so much. And I think tomorrow as well, as we will be dealing with these reports and the schedules, we will also lead by example as a appropriations committee and show maturity and everything, even though we will use the platform fruitfully. But that will not make us not to lead by example. Thank you so much. I appreciate your cooperation. Team Appropriation, I see someone is opening his video. I hope he's not going to dismiss what I'm saying. Honorable Karim.
No. Just a small announcement in fairness to the members. We're in the same committee. Offline, Chairperson, I spoke to the 3 opposition party leaders about the 2 agreements yesterday, the 1 agreement and a protocol and the 1 international agreement. And it seems unnecessary, Chair, for us to now wait for August to adopt it, right? Because one of them is more pressing than the other. So then I spoke to Njadu, programming work, and the other 2 parties, including Advocate Bendela. It's supposed to be put on today, but because of the program, it's tomorrow. And just to alert members, it's a provincial vote, so there's no individual declarations. But we will not have a declaration also because there's no need for it. And the parties have been very cooperative in that regard. So I just need to alert them to 2 things. 1, tomorrow, and 2, there's provincial declarations if they have to be, but as I understand it, there won't be any. And then secondly, I also want to take this opportunity, Chair, on behalf of, well, whoever in this committee and myself, to thank you and the staff in particular for the excellent work that you all do. Thank you. No, I'm not being silly at the moment. I've done all of that earlier. My quota has been consumed and you'll get cheesed off at me if I continue. So I know my limits, although Dennis might not think so. Okay, thank you.
That's one thing, Chair.
Yes, Honorable Njatu.
Yeah, thank you very much, Chair, also for this opportunity. Just to confirm that the matters will be appearing tomorrow. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, honorable members. I think we have come to the end of the meeting. The meeting is now officially adjourned. We can go and prepare for tomorrow. We are going to have a very long day, and let's make sure that by all time and we are on the platform and participate fruitfully. Thank you very much. Keep well.
Thank you very much, Chairperson.
Long live the chair.
Long
Thank you,
live.
colleagues.
Thank you, colleagues.
All right, Uti was 2024.